Welcome back to Runaway Trains. We're kind of going through some of our engines that we don't run all the time, and we're just going to kind of have some fun today and put them up on the track while we're here hanging out with you. Right now we've got the Amtrak F unit up there. We're just going to roll it around the track, see how it does. You know, when you have more than one train, you got to keep running them to keep them in shape. And if they sit too long, you know, they start to get dusty and sometimes they stop working reliably. So we just want to make a habit of going through our collection and running every train. Maybe every time we're out here, we choose one or two trains and we run them. That's what we're doing today.
Well, we know that one works.
That one works real good. What's next in the line?
Because I think this one might be. So let's say it. This might be. Yeah, this is a Tyco. That's why.
Tyco. We started here today. Let's just catch everybody up on what we ran. We've got an SD40-2 over there, Santa Fe.
A tunnel motor, a BC rail.
This is a DCC. We're skipping over DCC for today. We'll come back to that on another day.
Yeah, we got an Atlas right here.
And we just did that little Amtrak.
We did this one.
What's next we got?
Next is New Jersey.
New Jersey Central lines.
Yeah.
Jersey Central line. Let's get that going.
I'm going to put the A unit first.
Well, I'm from Jersey, folks, for real. I grew up where the Pennsylvania Railroad and the New Jersey Central crossed in Elizabeth, New Jersey. That's my hometown. I remember seeing those Jersey Centrals running. The Bud cars. Great. I always loved the Statue of Liberty logo.
Well, we know this one runs.
That's doing all right. We get some backwards action too.
You can stop it right there. Put it in reverse.
Next stop, Cranford. Is that a powered B unit or a dummy?
Dummy. Because it will just roll without any power to it.
And what is this? Who made these? What make are they?
This one's a Bachmann. So I think this one's an Athearn or a Bachmann.
Well, Athearn had like the 4 holes in it.
So this one is a Bachmann. This one's probably an Athearn.
Okay.
And we got our Union Pacific. I almost said Southern Pacific.
Okay. And this one looks really weathered and rusty. What's the story with this one?
We weathered it with an airbrush. I think this one might be missing a traction tire. Yeah, it's missing a traction tire, so it's not going to run.
So when you put it here, let's have a look underneath it and see.
Yeah, there's no traction tire. So it's not going to move.
So we kind of have a little area here where we're putting the ones that we need to maintain. This little Santa Fe over here. What's the story with that?
This one has a split gear. And this one has no traction tire.
Well, how do you know that that has a split gear?
This one, if I put this on the track, you're going to hear a thumping sound. You can probably hear it at lower speeds. That's how you could tell.
Okay, well, I'll take your word for it. I'm
Old-
not sure what I'm listening for.
Old Bachmann engines have that issue.
Okay, well, let's have a
Where
look
the
back
gears
down
split.
here. Who we got next?
We got a streetcar and then the Southern Pacific.
We've been running this lately. Maybe we'll give that another shot too. What is that? Is that one of those Brill trolleys?
Well, that one works. Frogs. Yeah, that one works.
That's a little quickie, huh?
And we can bring it back to the yard.
I like that one. You know, we've got our point-to-point system up here on the shelf, and it kind of goes all the way down the end, turns, and then way over there, you could see our little rail station there where we've got the matching. Those came as a set, actually, and only one of them had the motor. That one, it lights up when we turn on our point-to-point. It'll go on and off depending which direction the track power is going. And then what is that over there, Drake?
That's a streetcar.
A streetcar? And who made that one? Do we know?
I could go get it.
He's going to go look. Why don't we bring it over here since we're doing streetcars? We can run that on the main line. Drake's kind of down below the table there. And we got a couple holes that you can kind of pop up through. But, you know, underneath we have mostly storage down there, boxes and stuff. When we get stuff, we take it out of the box, keep the boxes.
I think this will be... It's Bachman.
Bachman, do you want to hand it to me, or you want to... It can be hard getting out of from under that table. This was one of the first trains that we got, wasn't it, Drake? Do you recall?
I think so. I'm just gonna... The Brill trolley, I mean...
This one
works, but... Again, no traction tire.
Yeah, this one... It gets power, but... Yeah, I don't know if it's traction tires or what. We gotta have a look at that one. I'm gonna put that over here in the maintenance yard.
Also, Bachman makes these an N scale now, no longer an HO.
Oh, okay.
And then here's just our streetcar. Runs smoothly.
I remember running this when we very first moved here and we got this garage. All we had was like this part of the table here, and it was just like plain brown paint and a loop of Atlas track. And we realized, you know, it's not the Atlas track, like unless you solder it, it's kind of iffy and it would cut out. And we were like, you know, we need to get something we can depend on. And we started getting the Cato track, which we're very happy with. I mean, we've been here for 5 years now, and we haven't had to like really do anything with the track. We just run our trains all the time. We were told, you know, as long as you run your trains once a week, it'll help to keep the track clean. You won't have issues with it. And that seems to have been the case for us.
And we know this one runs, so I could put it down right here.
All right.
Now we could do our Southern Pacific. Daylight. Oh, easily just starts right up.
We know this one runs because we've been running it lately. We just uploaded a video talking about how we got our Vista Dome car to complete the set for the Southern Pacific passenger consist that we wanted to do.
And now bring it to the yard and switch to the next engine.
This is an Athearn.
Yes. This is an Athearn.
Okay. You can tell, like, some engines when they're going around, you can kind of feel the torque. You can hear it. You can tell it's a strong engine.
Now we got the Pennsylvania GG1.
Here's one of my favorites right here. I've got memories of being just a little boy in New Jersey and seeing these on the Pennsylvania Railroad in my hometown of Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Right, to make it more accurate, let's just put up the pantograph.
It does have the working pantographs, is that what it's called?
Yes.
But we can't run it like that because it's too tall. It won't make it through the tunnel. So we've got to switch our tracks. What's going to happen, it'll come down here, and we'll have it come through the town center here.
We do know this one works. So, oh,
A little too high, folks.
Oh, is
Took
this-
out our signal bridge.
we gotta move that.
Got to move the signal bridge. We forget.
Okay, let's try that again.
This was the special bicentennial train. We really enjoy running trains on the 4th of July, and we always do our red, white, and blue trains, our American trains and patriotic trains. And this is one we always do every year,
Then we can put this down.
our GG1.
Just gonna grab this.
Now, who makes this? Do we know any
I
details
think
about
it
it?
might be in AHM. Yeah, AHM.
AHM. This came in a nice box, actually. It was kind of a vintage box that it came in. And Drake, did you get this for me for my birthday one year?
I think for Christmas.
For Christmas?
And this one, this streetcar next to this one is sound.
So that's a DCC over here. We're going to hold out and do those on a different video.
This one is a dummy, so that won't run. I'll show you what it will do. Just free wheels.
It's kind of like a desert train, but what is that, a Conrail?
It's Conrail, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now we got identical units. Both. These are actually Lionel, but they're made for HO scale.
Are they both powered?
Both powered. I'm just gonna run one at a time.
Lionel makes HO trains.
Yeah.
I think we have a Lionel HO Polar Express.
Yeah, we do. That's sound equipped though. CCC. That one works. You know it works. Let's try its identical unit.
Burlington Northern.
Or BN for short.
BN. That's the BN of BNSF. Is that correct?
Yeah. This one does work, but you gotta help it. So I'm not gonna run it for long because the motor might burn out.
Well, do we need to lubricate that one? So why don't we
think
put
we
that
might.
over there in the maintenance yard there? We'll make sure we get to that. Do we want to put the other one back, Drake? The BNSF?
Yeah, I'll put that one back.
And
This one works, so
we know that one's doing it right.
it's doing okay. Next, we have the Santa Fe switcher, cow and calf unit, or A and B.
An A and B or a cow and calf set.
Well, this one's gonna start up right away.
That's nice. I like that. That sounds good too. Who makes this one?
I think that is a Bachmann or an Athearn.
It looks like an Athearn, like with the parts that you add to it. What do they call that? A SW?
Yes.
SW, like 1500 maybe?
SW 1500. I could check right now. Doesn't say what it is.
I believe that's an Athearn. With the holes like that, right?
Yeah, I think it might be an Athearn.
And I'm seeing you've got a set that's the same. of
It's a Canadian National.
Canadian National CN.
They're the same unit, so it's just gonna start up. No problems whatsoever. Going to send it up the hill. It's inside the tunnel now. You might see a headlight coming out.
You don't see a lot of these sets, you know. I like when you get the A and B unit together. It's really cool, you know, and then the fact that these are vintage trains. I feel really lucky and fortunate that we've got, you know, one of these sets, but not one, but we have two of these sets. You know, we got kind of lucky with that, finding those B units to go with those.
Now we have a Southern Pacific SW switcher.
Now this one, we don't have the B unit, do we?
No, it is an Athearn, so it's gonna.
So technically, we could use this one for operations when we get the consoles together for our daylight, right?
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool to do little ops.
Again, it starts right up. Back to the yard.
Yeah, we're having fun today, you know. Every once in a while, you got to come out, you know, go over to your layout. You got to go through the trains, you know. We don't run them all the time. And, you know, model railroaders know how it is where you start collecting, you know, you find something and it's a good price and you're like, I got to have that. I got to have that. And then you end up with a whole, like, bunch of locomotives and, you know, we can't get to them all at the same time.
Yeah.
So we were talking about it this week, how we want to make a commitment to just start running them, even if it's just one, you know, at a time. Every time we come out here, just choose one from the table, and then go to the next one the next time, and so on. But we got time, and I thought how fun it might be today to just start running them all, you know, and make a little video about it and say hello to everybody and kind of do a little, I don't know, maybe we should have did this as a live. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers. I don't know if we can do lives yet. I have to look into that. Maybe if any of you know how it works with YouTube, but we're going to keep going here. Now, this is an Alco, right?
Not any old Alco, an Alco
An RS?
RS3.
RS3. I like these trains in real life, you know, with the single chime horn. What is that horn that they have?
Leslie A200.
And that's like that really deep kind of horn that like just like, it sounds like a ship. And then that sort of rectangular smokestack. I just totally dig it, you know, and it's got that one round vent on the front there. It's such a good design. It's so cool. Let's give that a little run.
This is also an Atlas, which
It's
has
quiet.
which has a Kato motor inside.
Man, that sounds smooth and quiet. Why is it just gray?
It came like that.
So it's like undecorated then?
It's an undecorated engine.
So I don't know. What would you guys do? Like if you could make this any road that you wanted, what would you do? What would you choose? Leave us a comment. How about you, Drake?
I'll probably do Union Pacific.
Union Pacific?
Yeah.
Like that yellow and gray scheme with the red numbers?
Probably. It's a quiet engine too.
It is, man. This is one of my favorites.
And the best part about this engine, it has directional lighting. So when I stop this train, throw it in reverse, the rear headlights start light up.
They were on when it was going the other direction too, so looks like they're on both sides. That's a nice train.
Pick it up from the chassis because if I pick it up from here, it's gonna open up.
And you said that was an Atlas, right?
Yes.
Where did we ever get that from?
I think it was from the whistle stop.
Yeah, you know that you're right. I think a couple years ago we went into our whistle stop and they just had a ton of engines sitting there, all these old vintage engines.
This is a Kato. This is a Norfolk and Western. I think this might be an RS11 switcher because you could tell it has those classic Kato couplers.
I'll take your word for it. I don't know what I'm talking about. I just like model trains, folks.
Again, quiet motor, starts right up. Well, kind of quiet.
It was quiet, but I hear a little, like something's rubbing maybe on the inside there.
There we go. Nope, back again. Bring it back to the yard again. That's a good locomotive.
Now, I'm thinking like a lot of these would be pulling freight mainly, right? You wouldn't necessarily see these pulling passengers.
Yeah. Now we have a Canadian National.
You think this one would pull any passenger
This
trains?
is probably an Athearn.
That looks like it could pull coaches and freight.
Let's see if it starts. Yeah, it starts right up. Kind of quiet at the beginning, and now it's a little noisy.
As much as we love the DCC trains with the sound and all the different features, just the good old DC train sometimes, just the simplicity of it is really fun. You know, it's just like quick access. You could just drop it down on the track and start rolling. You know, it gets to be like sometimes like programming the NCE power cab. Like we don't use it all the time, and I always forget, oh, what button am I supposed to press? And I don't know, I'm kind of old school. I grew up with the plain old DC Atlas track and trains. And I don't know, there's something cool about just vintage models, vintage trains, classic trains.
Mm-hmm. This engine sounds like it has working brakes when it's stopping, when it's slowing down.
Kind of getting down here towards the end of the line there.
We could just grab these.
Are these, you still have some DCs here. This is a DCC or Amtrak.
Let's just grab the good old chassis system. This one, I think, might have trouble working. We can see this one works or doesn't. Okay, it's on there. The motor's kind of loud though.
Do we have any other fans of the Chessie logo out there with the cat? I think any model railroader who has a pet cat probably wants to name their cat Chessie, right?
Oh yeah. Let's just bring it closer. There we go. I think I have another identical unit to this one.
A Chessie or a different road?
Chassis.
Yeah.
No, we got another Southern Pacific.
Yeah, we got a collection of soap.
This one is an Athearn.
When you turn it over like that and you look, can you bring it back here for a second? Show me, what are you looking at to tell what
Just
it is?
like the bottom of the fuel tank. These.
So Athearn has the four, like, I don't know, is it rubber pins? It's like a motor mount or something.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's a motor mount.
Okay. Is that what helps them to run so quietly?
Yeah. Sometimes it helps. Not all the time, though.
Well, I'm sure whatever noises we hear are probably more about the gears and stuff, as opposed to just the commutator.
They call this one a bloody nose because the nose is red, so it looks like bloody.
The bloody nose, right?
That's what they call that kind of engine. I'll slow it down so you can see what I mean. The nose is red.
It got punched in the nose and it has a bloody nose. That's why they call it a bloody nose, right?
Sometimes it has trouble, so I gotta give it a little help.
We should probably run this one around the track again just to kind of keep it.
Yeah, I think
It needs a little more action. Doesn't get enough action.
This is full speed. When it comes around here, I'm just gonna slow it down just a little bit. I don't want to burn out the motor, so I'm just gonna bring it back. Oh, bloody nose.
Good old bloody nose. The Muhammad Ali train. Don't mess with me.
Alright,
Float
now
like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
we have another Athearn. This one is a Great Northern. Number 707.
I think I might have remembered putting some of these parts on there.
Just quiet start.
That is quiet, huh?
And this one runs it really well. Now bringing it back to the yard.
What did we say this was? Was this an Atlas or
This was an Athearn.
Athearn? Great Southern? Is that
Great
what it is?
Northern.
Great Northern?
Now we bring it down here. Now we have some of these.
We got a couple little smaller ones here.
Now we have an 040. I think this one is a Tyco. No, this is an RSO.
RSO. A really splendid operator.
Very loud though. But a good runner though.
Is that a band drive?
No, this one has a motor.
This has a motor and it's not one of those rubber band drives.
I will open this. I'll actually open it up.
Oh, look at that. Wow.
This is what it looks like on the inside.
I think we have a band drive one somewhere. Is that maybe one of those little guys
It's that one right there.
up top there? And I don't know if the bands are any good anymore, if those broke apart. I know we have trouble also with that Clementine is a tender drive and it's very iffy as well. But I think today we're just working on the trains down below over here.
Bring it back to the yard. Really fast locomotive. Now we got two look-alike steam engines. Both Tyco Mantuas.
I think these will be the last two that we run on this video.
We got Spirit of America and
That's beautiful.
we have
Oh, that's a nice
this one.
too. And these are Tyco Mantua.
Tyco Mantuas, yeah. This one is Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe.
AT and SF. Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe.
This is a 460, I think.
460. I think we got one that stopped in the tunnel right there. That's a wood burner, huh?
Yep. Wood burner.
I don't know what, it gives me so much hope today to see this little train run, you know. You see something like that and you know how old it is, and it's still going.
It literally identical units.
Identical. And then we'll end here with our Spirit of America. Now, why it's the Spirit of America, but then I hear a Spirit of 76. Oh, excuse me. This one we used that bullfrog snot stuff because traction tires had worn out. So if you have older trains and have trouble with the traction tires or finding the right rubber bands, you can find this aftermarket product called bullfrog snot, and you just kind of like paint it onto the wheels, and it does a really good job. I mean, this little guy, it wouldn't make it around the tracks, but now he's doing pretty good. That's one of my favorite trains. I think this one and the GG1 are my favorites, at least of the red, white, and blue ones.
It hit the...
All right, well, I think we're going to wrap up right here. We'll leave you with a little look at these two guys here. I'll move that in a little bit. Well, we want to thank you guys for joining us today here at Runaway Trains. You know, we have other trains we're going to get to, and we'll run those too on another day. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you enjoyed listening. Please leave comments. Let us know what you'd like to see. Let us know what you liked. Let us know how we can improve. Thanks again for watching Runaway Trains.
We'll see you on the next run.